Fashion never screams, it whispers. And the ones who hear it first control everyone else. You thought this world moved on. You thought the devil disappeared. But power like that never leaves. It waits. There was a time when a single look could end a career. A pause could destroy confidence. And silence was louder than shouting. In that world, fashion was not about clothes. It was about power, before trends became fast. Before influencers became louder than designers, there was structure. There were rules. And at the top of it all stood someone who didn't ask for respect. She expected it. Miranda Priestly didn't follow fashion. Fashion followed her. Every decision she made shaped the industry. Every word she spoke carried weight. People didn't work for her because they loved fashion. They worked for her because they were afraid to lose it. This wasn't just an office. It was a battlefield dressed in silk and heels, where perfection was the minimum requirement. And mistakes were remembered forever. In that world, success had a price. Long hours, broken confidence, lost sleep, and the constant fear of not being good enough, but people stayed. Because being close to power felt addictive. Because approval from someone like her felt like winning a war. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. Her presence was enough. A calm storm that controlled everything around it. And when she walked into a room, everything stopped. Conversations died. Eyes dropped. Spines straightened. That was the fashion world at its peak. Cold, beautiful, unforgiving, and even when time moved forward. Even when the world pretended it had changed. The shadow of that power never really faded because legends don't disappear. They wait for the right moment to return. Time moved on. Or at least, that's what everyone believed. The fashion world became faster. Screens replaced runways. Phones replaced magazines. Anyone with a camera and confidence could call themselves powerful. Likes became approval. Views became value. The rules were rewritten. Trends lasted days, not seasons. Faces changed overnight. Attention became louder, but shorter. Everything felt new, yet strangely empty. Designers no longer waited for permission. Influencers spoke before editors. Fashion shows became content. And authority slowly faded into noise. People stopped fearing mistakes, because mistakes disappeared in the next scroll. No one stayed uncomfortable long enough to learn. No one waited long enough to earn respect. The industry became crowded, busy, overexposed. Everyone wanted to be seen. Few wanted to be great. And somewhere along the way, discipline was replaced with comfort. Standards softened. Pressure disappeared. The fear that once sharpened talent slowly died, but something else disappeared too. Direction. Without real power. Fashion lost its spine. There was freedom, but no control. Creativity, but no consequence. Noise, but no authority. People began to confuse attention with influence. Popularity with importance. Loud voices with strong vision, and deep down, the industry felt it. This world was moving fast. But it wasn't moving forward, because fashion was never meant to beg for attention. It was meant to command it. And while the world celebrated change, there was a quiet truth no one wanted to admit. They missed the fear. They missed the pressure. They missed someone who demanded excellence, not likes, because comfort never creates icons. And chaos never builds empires. The fashion world changed, yes, but it also became weaker. And in moments like that, history has a habit of correcting itself. Power doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need permission. It simply walks back in like it never left. At first, it's a feeling, a shift in the air, a silence where noise once lived. People sense it before. They understand it. Meetings become shorter. Smiles become careful. Standards rise without explanation. Someone important is watching again. The fashion world starts to feel pressure. Real pressure. Not the kind that comes from numbers on a screen, but the kind that sits in your chest and refuses to leave. Whispers. Begin. Old names resurface. Eyes turn toward offices that were once feared. The rules don't change. They return. Suddenly, being good enough isn't enough anymore. Details matter again. Timing matters again. Excellence is no longer optional. People who grew comfortable feel exposed. Those who cut corners feel seen. Because true authority sees through everything. And then, without drama, without noise, she returns. Not to prove anything, not to compete, but to remind everyone who built this world in the first place. Miranda Priestley doesn't chase relevance. Relevance chases her. The industry holds its breath. Because this isn't nostalgia. This is correction. Fashion remembers what it feels like to be controlled by vision instead of trends, to be shaped by taste instead of algorithms. Fear returns, but so does greatness. Because when the devil wears Prada, fashion listens, careers will be tested, egos will be broken. Only the sharp will survive. This isn't a comeback. It's a reckoning. The world thought she was outdated. But power doesn't age. It waits. And now, it's back. This is not a celebration. It's a warning, because when real power returns, not everyone survives it. The fashion world may look stronger now, louder now, faster now, but it has forgotten what pressure truly feels like, and pressure is coming back. A new generation stands. Ready, confident, bold, unafraid. They believe rules are optional. They believe success should be easy. They have never been tested. They don't know what it means to earn approval in silence, to fail without excuses, to be judged without mercy. They think influence is permanent. They think attention equals respect. They are wrong. This return is not about the past. It's about reminding the future who decides what matters, because fashion is not democracy, it is hierarchy. And at the top, there is always one voice. Some will rise, sharpened by pressure, focused by fear, made stronger by expectation. Others will break, because comfort has made them fragile. And that is the choice being offered now. Not everyone will be invited to stay. Not everyone deserves a seat at the table. This is not about trends, not about followers, not about viral moments. This is about taste, control, and authority that cannot be copied. The devil doesn't need to shout. Her return speaks for itself. So consider this your notice. The rules are back. The pressure is back. And fashion is no longer asking for attention. It's demanding respect. The Devil Wears Prada 2 2026. Choose carefully who become. This world doesn't forgive weakness. It only pretends to. Behind the lights, behind the beauty, behind the praise, power is still watching, judging, deciding who stays and who disappears. Some stories don't end. They pause, and when they return, they don't ask if you're ready. They remind you who was always in charge. This fashion world is back. The Devil Wears Prada 2 2026.